This is my prayer of quiet, my prayer of union. Union yoga. Yoga means union. And I'm out here doing what I do every morning. I actually got sick today on the way to see my kids, pulled off on the side of the road. And I always trust that whatever's going on, it must be God's will for me. So even getting sick, I was like, well, God must want me to take a rest stop. So I came out here and I was walking to a spot to do yoga, and I saw these two lizards. Yeah. And lizards really are the ones who taught me how to do chaturanga. They're some of my teachers. I was studying to be a yoga instructor. I'd been doing yoga for almost 40 years at that point, but it was when I was working as a church janitor after I lost my full-time teaching job that I noticed lizards doing movements that I was trying to learn how to do. I'd thrown my shoulder out doing chaturanga, to be honest with you. And I was going through physical therapy for it, and I noticed these lizards in the mornings when I would come to the church to clean it before people got there for worship. I noticed these lizards around me while I was doing my morning sun salutations that were part of my daily prayer by that time. And I noticed, I don't know, I noticed they were doing it, and I would just stop and watch them like they're watching me now. And I noticed that the yoga poses often had names. They were named after animals, right? So I was like, well, these ancient humans, these ancient people must have had insight that movements that animals do bring us life. They bring us awareness of our breath. They're healthy ways to move our bodies, and this is all part of our prayer. This is all part of our union, is how are we connected toward the life that's in everything. So anyway, I just stopped here. I saw these little teachers, and I thought, well, I hadn't done my morning sun salutations yet, and my body stopped me on my long drive to see my children, so I thought this must be where I'm supposed to do yoga today. So I've done my sun salutations with them, and they actually, not only did they stay with me the whole time, but they actually came closer. The little guy in the back there came as close as that. I don't know if you can see this little square of cement that's in the front, but came all the way to the closest edge of that during a sun salutation B. So they've remained here to practice and enjoy the sun and the fresh air, and they've been watching me the whole time, and I'm just grateful for them. Anyway, so I thought I would share this with you, because this is really it's not so much that scholarly, bookish stuff for me anymore, especially now that I, have sort of got dismissed by the academic and churchy world. This is what my life really is like. This is what prayer of quiet and union really is for me. It's connecting with those that I can connect with, which sometimes doesn't even include human beings. But God made everything, and this is a very joyous way for me to practice. So I'm just going to quickly share the words that I pray as I move and breathe and notice everything around me. So, God, I offer myself to Thee to build with me and do with me as Thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do Thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of Thy power, Thy love, and Thy way of life. And may I do Thy will always. And then I stand up, open my arms, and I say, inspire me to open and grow. And then I fold over and feel surrender and feel the sunlight on my back. And then I come halfway up to a half forward fold or halfway lift with my back straight, still noticing the sun on my back. And I say, what is it? I said something about knowledge. Now I don't know the words when I'm not doing the movements. This is how interconnected breath and movement are for me with the words. The meaning of the word is like filling in the blanks in my knowledge, and strength. Fill in the blanks in my knowledge and strength. And then I bend over again, and I get into that sort of that chaturanga, that what I think of now as lizards, with the way that lizards move. And these guys were doing it with me. But so it's kind of like a push-up, And then your front, but well, this guy in the front that's closest to me is doing the pose right now. But in yoga, we sometimes call that upward dog, but the lizard's doing it. So I still think of it as kind of a way a lizard moves. So you're halfway up in your back's leg. Your legs are extended behind you. If you had a tail, it would be extended behind you too. And so then I say, open my heart, untie the emotional and spiritual knots. And then I lift my hips up into what's called downward facing dog. And my head is bowed down and my back is facing the sun. And I think, or I say, let go, let God. So let God on the in-breath and let go as I breathe out, I say let go. And then I do that a few times, and then I step into that forward fold position, bent over again, and I feel surrender. And then I come to that halfway lifted pose again, and I fill in the blanks in my strength and knowledge. And then I lift all the way up again and kind of lean backward a bit and lift my heart toward the light, and it's a bit of a back bend, and then I open my arms wide and I say, inspire me to open and grow. And then I bring my hands in a prayer pose in front of my chest and bow my head, and I say thank you to all my teachers. And today I kind of pointed my hands toward these little lizards and thanked them for being my teachers today. I also do Surya Namaskar B after that, but I'm not going to go through that with you right now because this is long enough. Anyway, just wanted to share the lizard teachers.